Hey everybody, welcome to Did I Put on Spanx for This? Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to jump into my rants for the day. Guys, listen to me closely. Come closer. Come. If you're asking a lady out, have a plan for the night of what you would like to do. Just a thought. Okay, guys, you work on that. So, went out with this guy last night, everybody. Actually, I was over at the art exhibit that the Annie Leibovitz art exhibit was amazing. I was over there, and this guy said, "Hey, why don't you meet me for dinner?" And I was like, "Sure, sounds great." We had tentatively talked about this before, I was like, "Yeah, that's great. It's in the same area. Awesome." He had suggested this place that's supposed to be pretty famous for satay. Satay, by the way, is awesome grilled meat on a stick, and you eat the satay sauce, which is like the peanut sauce. It's really good. I digress, but try it. So he had suggested doing that, and I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be awesome. So I went over, get to the location, and he's like, yeah, I'm already here. I'm sitting underneath this like white awning thing. I thought, oh, okay, great. That gives me an idea of where you are. Until I got there and realized there were white awnings everywhere. That didn't help me. And so I messaged him, I'm like, hey, there's white awnings everywhere. But I'm standing right outside of the Wendy's, like, by these tables. So why don't you just come find me? His response was, yeah, I'm just here drinking a Coke. I don't know what that means. I'm just here drinking a Coke. Here where? Inside of Wendy's or at one of the other 50 locations in this block? Where? And so I respond with where? He's like, under the white awning. Y'all, there was nothing but white awnings. He's like, I'm by the main road by the traffic light. There were 4 intersections, 3 main roads. Not helpful. So this exchange goes on for like 10 minutes, and I was like, look, I'm sitting outside of the Wendy's. I'm wearing this. This is my outfit. Make it happen. It's like, you can come and find me. If not, it's cool. You don't want to, that's cool. I will get in a taxi. There's one right here and go home. Like, I don't care. Whatever. He comes walking over, and from the minute he walked over, I thought, oh, God, this guy's not interested. He's not interested at all. He's got the walk of a man going to death row. Like, So we decide to eat, and we're sitting outside, and right now Indonesia is burning their rainforest. I don't know why. I've asked Singaporeans why. Big mistake, don't ask them. They get all upset about it, but apparently they do this every year, and the haze from all that comes into Singapore. So basically it's like living inside of a gigantic campsite. And everyone thinks that's lovely and fun until that's all you're breathing in for days. So we're in this haze, but we're sitting outside, whatever. The food is good. We're chit-chatting. Yes, he is Singaporean. So we're just sitting in the same place. And finally, I'm like, so is there a plan? I mean, what's next? He's like, well, I don't know. Well, you asked me here. Like, I was like, was this it? We were just going to grab some food. And he's like, kind of looked at me and said, if that was the date, that's cool. You just got to tell me that's all you had planned and that's all and he kept checking his phone, and he kept getting phone calls and all this. So finally I'm like, am I keeping you from something? Like, do you have other plans for the night? Because if you do, that's okay. No. Oh, okay. So, y'all, I've been here 3 months. I don't really know what indoor activities there are to do here because the only thing I know about the indoors here is that there are shopping malls everywhere. This country is lousy with shopping malls. I thought Korea was bad. So I was like, I I said, hey, I've been here 3 months. I don't really know what there is to do. I know over here is like Gardens by the Bay. I don't really know what there is to do that's inside so we can get out of this haze. And he's like, oh, Gardens by the Bay. Blah. Then come up with something. As my mom would say, shit or get off the pot. Like, don't be blowing at me if you've got no other ideas. At least I'm trying here. So, whatever. We end up going to Gardens by the Bay because he comes up with nothing. So we're just walking around, we're chit-chatting or whatever. And I swear to y'all, I thought, I'm the last person he wants to be here with. He made remarks like, he asked me, why don't I date my own people? To which I was like, what does that mean, Americans? And he's like, no, you know, like white people. Because he's brown. I was like, yeah, you're brown, I'm aware. And he's like, well, why don't you date your own people? And then 15 minutes later, was talking about how we need to respect each other because we're all humans. Okay. And then at one point, he was talking about some guy he almost got in a fight with. And he was like, I'm pretty sure, and he was a white. He was a what? Seriously? In case you don't know, Singaporeans are kind of hard to understand sometimes because they talk really fast and they cut off the ends of words. So I'm desperately trying to follow along here. Anyway, the night continues. Various times he looked at his watch and he's like, oh man, it's only 9 o'clock. Time's going so slow. Do you need to be somewhere? Should we end this here? No, it's fine, it's fine. Oh, okay. Alright. Whatever. Finally, I have enough. And I go to get a taxi. Not saying he ever really warmed to me. I really didn't think he warmed to me. And then as we're leaving, he starts flirting. And he's like, hey, you know, let me ride with you back in the taxi. Make sure you get home safely, and then I'll go home. And I'm like, no, that's okay. I know what that means. That's code. No. And I was like, at this point, you're kind of an asshole, so sure, why not? You can pay for the taxi. We get back to my place, not even a handshake, nothing. Didn't even get out of the taxi. He waved. That was it. And I thought, okay, well, never going to hear from this one again. 30 minutes later, I get a text message saying, hey, can we talk on the phone? I'm like, really? Because I really thought you weren't interested. He's like, why would you say that? Of course I am. Oh, okay. I'll bite. Sure. So we're talking on the phone, and he tells me how nervous I made him and all of these things, and he's never been out with a white girl and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, I can't deal with this. All right, whatever. Maybe benefit of the doubt. So today he messages and asks if we can hang out. And I was like, actually, we can. It's my day off. Got some things to do. And I offer for him to meet me over here, which is the other side of the island from him. And he's like, oh, it's going to take me forever to get there. Well, this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. And then I was like, he's like, okay, well, I'll let you know when I'm on my way. It's pretty ambiguous. That's not really telling me anything. And then it was, I said, hey, just a heads up, I have to Skype with my mother tonight, so you're going to need to not be around me when that happens, because, no, I'm going to need to be home. And he's like, oh, well then, you know, maybe some other time, because I don't like to be rushed. I don't like to, you know. Besides, I don't even know what we would do anyway. Seriously. He went on and on and on saying that women didn't like him because he wasn't good looking enough. No, darling, that's not it. Women don't like you because you are boring. You offer nothing but complaints and comments like, why aren't you dating your own people? And I'm pretty sure that guy was a white. That's why people don't like you. It has nothing to do with the fact that you may not be Channing Tatum. It has to do with the fact that you're kind of an asshole. So, answer me this. Riddle me this. See what I did there? Oh, riddle me this. Riddle me this, people. Why is it I go on these dates and I have these fantastic, amazing dates where there's so much chemistry and it's so much fun and I never hear from these guys again? But I go on these boring-ass dates where these guys have nothing planned. They pretty much are Al Bundy sitting on the couch with their hand down their pants doing nothing. And they're the ones that want to continue to see me. Why is that? I'm open for answers.